word. And
Mm-hmm.
we sometimes we have meetings, and when somebody invites me and other girls to join the company, of course I could not turn down this invitation.
Okay. Do you manage to meet regularly?
More or less, because
Mm-hmm.
of course everyone has their job and family and children. One of our friend, I told you that she has daughter who is fighting with cancer, and
Oh, yeah.
she yes, but I think it's hopefully comes to an end, uh, successfully comes to an end, their
Great.
treatment. Yes, and when she is at home, you know, they spend 2 weeks in the hospital and a week at home. And when she's at home, sometimes we have meetings.
Okay. That's really very difficult, and to support a person like this who whose life is a battle, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Right. And well, we move on. And another thing would be about life-changing things. You told me at the beginning of the lesson about New Zealand. And if I ask you to think of some changes in life, well, what would you do hypothetically if you had like things to deal with?
Should I think
Well,
about
I'm going
the
to share the
job?
screen with you, and well, so if we look at the cards here, I want you to, oops, something wrong with my, so have a look at the
Do we
options.
talk about second
Can
conditions?
you will find out. Okay. Mhm. So, can you finish the sentence and try to speculate on the topic a bit?
If I could learn another English, if I
Another
could
another
learn
English or another language?
another language, sorry.
Another
If I
language.
could learn another language, should I use this third condition here?
Well, look, is it
If I
hypothetical
could
about
learn
past or about present?
about present, so
So
if
you
it is
use,
present simple, I use future now.
no, it's hypothetical. If I could, basically you're
It's
not
second
learning, or
condition, imaginary.
maybe.
If okay, I understood. If I could learn another language, I would choose French language.
Okay.
Why? Because I think it's quite difficult. It's much more difficult than English in pronunciation, in reading. You see the
Yeah.
word, you think that you should pronounce it this way, but after that you listen to the pronunciation, you realized that you realized that it's quite different in pronunciation that you want to read.
Okay. So let's have another card.
If I could spend one day with a celebrity, who will it be? Yeah.
Yeah. Will it be Ekaterina Shulman?
If I could, or it's one of the variant. It can be if I could spend one day with a celebrity, I would spend this day with Dmitry Bykov or Ilya Varlamov.
Okay. I kind of understand why with Ilya Varlamov, but why Dmitry Bykov? What do you admire in him? What would you talk about? His books?
I rather acquainted.
Get acquainted.
знакома. I rather got acquainted with his poems. I did not read a lot of his stories, of his books, but I planned to do it.
I'm planning to do this.
Yeah, I'm planning to do it.
Mhm.
But you know, this man is so intelligent, and I admire the way of his speech, of his thoughts, and you know, he's very professional in literature, in biography of different writers, and of course, sometimes I have seen his lectures about different writers and different books, and he has his own opinion. For example, to Bulgakov or to Pushkin, and his opinion is so different and his opinion is so different from the opinion we used to follow. And I think our conversation could be interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be very interesting. So one more question.
If I could change one thing about myself, it's about my personality.
Anything.
Or
anything.
appearance.
It's your choice. You deal with grammar, but it's your choice to how to approach the question.
Okay, if I could change one thing about myself, I would change the time I get up in the morning.
Why is that? Why is that? What's wrong with that?
Very difficult. It's very difficult for me to wake up early in the morning. It's hard, really tough, punishing, and but the morning, especially in spring and summer, is the wonderful time, and I'm very upset to sleep, to проспать это, to
oversleep,
to oversleep, to left this time out of my life, to get this time out of my life.
Kind of, you could say kind of oversleep this precious time of the morning.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And the last, let's pick the last one.
If I were given,
if you were given a magic wand, you remember this, a magic wand, 3 wishes.
Wand? What is it, wand?
Harry Potter story?
If I get the goldfish?
Kind of, yeah. Wand is something that comes from Harry Potter story. So
I did not see Harry Potter.
They are magicians, and they use wands to make things come true.
Stick?
Yeah, they stick their magic wands. Yeah. If you had a magic wand, or if you had a djinn, you know.
Okay, what would I ask him? Djinn.
Yeah.
If I were given 3 wishes, if I were given, what should I, grammatically, I think
I
about
would
grammar.
have, I would like, I could ask for something.
I would ask, the first, my wish is I would ask about the health, because I have a chronic backache. I would ask.
Я бы избавилась от боли в спине. How would you say?
I would.
You remember the phrase
I would get rid of backache.
I would get
I
rid
would
of my
get rid of
backaches,
backaches.
my constant backaches.
The second, I would ask him to pay for the mortgage.
Mhm.
And the third one,
To repay my mortgage.
yeah.
And
And the third, I don't know what would I ask him. Third, I would ask for the help from my parents.
to help my parents. Oh, your wishes are so realistic and so like you know, necessary, like all related to life. You don't want some fantastic things to happen, just something so you can be a happy person. That's great.
You know, I will be the happiest person in all life when I
In the
get rid
world,
of
you can
my
say, yeah, in the world.
backache. Yes.
I can imagine. And where does it come from? Is it like injury or is it, so what are the reasons? What do doctors say?
The reasons I have the triggers, a lot of triggers in my backache, and nowadays I'm having treatment every weekend. I go to the doctor and I do some exercises, and I hope that I will get rid of it. But
sure.
for ages, my back hurts and hurts and hurts.
Okay. So, well, you remember we were talking about different kinds of illegal behavior the other time and crimes. And on page 97, we have a couple of situations. But before we, discuss them, I want to revise a bit of language. And here we have some visuals on page 97. So let's very quickly go through the language items. So what would be the right choice here?
Robbers.
Okay. So what about the situation number 2?
Theft.
Theft, absolutely.
Detectives. Solve line mystery after years investigation. Detectives, maybe they solved lying mystery.
Actually, we say murder mysteries. When you read
Murder
detective
mysteries.
stories, like they are murder mysteries, like unusual cases of killing people, of murdering people, murder mysteries.
10% of university students cheat.
Yes.
Teenagers sent to prison for shoplifting.
And the last one would be
burglars.
Burglars. Okay, so let's pick a couple of questions from here. Well, for example, if it's not about your best friend, if it's about an acquaintance, I saw the person I know stealing something in the supermarket. Of course, I didn't tell anyone. She's the person I know, like a teenager, or somebody who you know very well. So what, what would you have done?
Would you have done?
Yeah, the person
if I
stole
saw my
something.
best friends stealing something in the supermarket, I would have told him or her that it is not good behavior and you should have to stopped. You should have stopped it.
I should have stopped her, or you would have told her that she should have.
I would have told he or his or her to. I would have told her or him stopped to stop, yeah, to stop stealing, to stop doing it. because you might have problem. He or she might have problem with police, with the law in the future.
I see. Okay. Well, let's pick the second situation. A colleague in your office lied about the company accounts. Like, do you remember the word accounts? Yeah, like the
bank accounts.
Yes, absolutely. It was the only one who knew, you were the only one who knew he was lying.
He was lying. I sent my manager.
Well, I sent my manager an anonymous note. So, well, you informed the manager, well, the person said, I informed the manager an anonymously. So what would you have done? What is the situation that if something...
I sent my manager an anonymous note. It's quite a difficult situation, but from the other hand, of course, if I work in the company, I should have managed the company interests, and maybe I would have sent my manager not an anonymous note, but I would have told him or her openly, face to face, that there
was
is
a problem
with, yes, there was a problem with some of the accounts.
Okay. Well, and the final situation is about university exams. Is it an illegal behavior in this country?
I didn't say anything. It wasn't anything to do with me. I think, yes, it's illegal because it might have consequences, bad consequences for such student. But as for me, I wouldn't have done anything because it's not my deal.
It's their responsibility.
Their responsibility, because when maybe if we think about in general, maybe he or she wants to be a doctor, surgery doctor,
a surgeon,
who makes operations,
a surgeon.
And he obtains his or her diploma,
medical degree,
cheating, while medical degree with cheating, and he or she is not good professional, and in future he or she can hurt somebody, but it's quite hypothetical.
Well, when somebody tells you, like, I worked until midnight last night, so what kind of recommendation or a bit of criticism can you say? So what kind of reasons can you give? So this was a kind of a not the best strategy, not the best action.
You should have managed your time more sensibly. Sensibly, yes, sensibly.
Yeah, sensibly. Okay, meaning that it's kind of too much, yeah, to work till midnight.
Too much.
So look at it.
You drove to school this morning. You drove to school this morning.
So like early.
You should have gone to school on foot.
You should have walked, maybe, for health reasons. Or
I'm sorry,
so,
ты можешь не одевай кроссовки вот эти, которые черные сами. Не надо, да, сменку одевать. I'm sorry.
that's okay. I know that's family responsibilities. And for example, in many European countries, they are encouraged to
To go by bike?
to ride a bike, or they are encouraged to use public transport or share cars, you know, to be more eco-friendly. So what would you suggest? You should.
Okay, you should have taken a bus this morning. Taken a bus to school this morning.
Yeah, good.
My friend didn't go to university. So
Like missed the lesson, overslept.
You should have visited the lectures. You should have visited the lectures. You should have attended
the lessons because it's important. Or you should have set an alarm clock, not to, you know.
Sorry, Наталья. Что, Вань? Goodbye.
All right. Yeah, you should have set an alarm clock, not to oversleep. Yeah. Right. One more.
Ну что еще? Нет, без велика, Вань, пожалуйста. My friends decided to get a loan from the bank. You should have read all the points in the contract attentively.
Very good, point. Okay, so that you know all the points, all the aspects.
Yes, to get rid of overrate conditions.
To avoid, maybe, yeah, to avoid overrating, or a high interest rate. You remember? Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go to my cousin's party at the weekend.
When the person is kind of upset about missing the event, so what
you should have visited her next weekend.
Oh no, if it's you should visit her next weekend.
You should visit. In the future, you should have or you should not have been upset with such a situation.
You shouldn't have been upset, or again, it depends. If you're upset now, you shouldn't be upset, but you should have come. You should have come to the party, yeah. You should have come. You should have found time to manage all the things. And the last one.
My brother got into trouble with the police. You should have called to the lawyer for help.
You should have contacted or called the lawyer. Yes. Okay. Right. So those things need more practice, but the idea is understandable now, right? Well, if you think about you and your daily tasks, what do you usually feel? What about, I would say, what do you usually feel unhappy or annoyed about when you are angry with yourself for not doing something or for doing the most common situations? My problem, for example, is over planning or planning too much. And I always tell myself, I shouldn't have planned so many things to do. Next time, I would plan less. So how about you?
Maybe there is the same problem from the one hand, because
On the one hand.
on the one hand, sometimes I plan a lot of things to do next morning, but the time is like the sand or like the water in our hands, and I have no time to manage all the planned action, planned дела, господи, planned
tasks, activities,
tasks,
things
activities,
to do.
and sometimes I feel upset that I did not do something from my plan. Also, what is annoying for me?
Something that you think I should have done it differently.
I should have done.
Are there any situations and I shouldn't have said that?
I shouldn't have
said something. For example, when you argue with your children and then you say, well, I shouldn't have said that.
Sometimes, but I I try to stop my tongue.
You know, to bite. In English, we say, bite my tongue, and do not mention something overcritical.
Yes, too overcritical.
Okay. So today we'll deal with a couple of situations more, and I would like you to look at take phrases. So most of them, I think, we know. Have a look at numbers and letters. Well, words actually, not letters, words.
So we are playing Ellie's Party.
We are not playing this. We will just discuss the phrases. You know, any phrases that you do not know the meaning with take. When you take charge, what is meant?
As far as I know, there are several meanings. So the charge can be used for the special device for my phone, just to empower it, right?
You charge your phone, but if you take charge for something.
Well, I'm sorry, I need to answer for a sec. Алло. Привет, у меня сейчас курсы, прям быстренько, что? Ага, давай. So if I'm in charge, I'm responsible.
No. I take charge. I take charge.
I take charge.
It's very close to this, to be in charge. But when you agree to take responsibility, to take control of something, to be in charge of something.
In charge.
But here we are talking about phrases. Take charge.
Take charge.
Take a risk. Take charge.
Take charge.
Yeah. The phrase
so
is. You are ready to be.
You're ready to be to take responsibility of
exactly.
actions of other people's. So you're a chef, you're a director, you have a power among other people, among or above.
To take power of or to control something.
Over other people.
Okay, if you say, take my word for it, what is meant?
Take my word for it. So you are sure in your that your opinion, your message is correct. Your words are correct. So I take my word for it. So you take all the responsibility for the consequences of your words.
No, no, actually, take my
Oh.
word for something means trust me, believe me, trust my words.
Yes, I think it's the same, maybe.
It's not about responsibility. If somebody says, I'm not sure about something, you say, take my word for it, believe me.
So true, trust me.
These things are true. Trust my judgment. Yeah. When you remember, I think we came across this. There is take something. Look at number 5, volume 5. Take something
Take it for
granted.
So this is first time I met this.
Okay, can you put that down? When you take something for granted, you do not value something. You
value.
You think it's kind of a common thing. You underestimate something. For example, sometimes we take our nearest and dearest people around, their love and friendship for granted. We do not pay attention as if it's important. We do not value.
So it's rather negative connotation.
Yeah, it's more often воспринимать что-то как должное. Yeah? When we do not notice the importance, we stop noticing the importance. Look at number 10. Take
take it much
usually
longer.
It's negative. I can't take it much longer.
I don't stand it anymore.
I can't stand it anymore. Yes, yes. So, but these are idioms, and you use the words, you know, like fixed. Take my word for it, not words, but word. I can't take it much longer. They're kind of fixed expressions. Take something for granted. You can change this it, but for granted remains. Like we take risks. Right? That's kind of easy. If I ask you to turn your book to page 102, here we have a task, usually at the back of the book. We have a task where we have to match sentences. Page 102, can you match number parts in A and letters, numbers of letters in 3A? I'm going to share the screen with you in a second, and you will have a look at we discussed most of them, and okay, so take a moment, look at the sentences. Let me know if you're ready.
1 second. I'm ready.
Good. So what about number 1? What does it
1F.
match?
1F.
Right, you are. Mm-hmm.
2D.
Absolutely.
3C.
Mm-hmm.
4A.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
5E. 6B.
Absolutely. You remember the meaning of the word refund?
To be granted that we could get a refund easily. To pay the full.
Yeah, to get the money.
Get the money.
Yeah, well, look at this. I didn't read the conditions of the ticket carefully. So I took it for granted here. Well, I just didn't pay attention. I didn't take it, looked at it carefully. And then that we could get a refund easily. Refund, when you refund your money, you ask to, to give it back and get the money back. To return, for example, the item in a shop.
To return back money.
Yeah, to return the money back. So, and look at this phrase, take pleasure